The selected interest area that I chose is entrepreneurship. Um, I found that the defined term of entrepreneurship is the process of setting up a business. Um, I found that ABA therapy was first developed in the 1970s by psychologists Ivar Lovaas and Robert Kogel. And due to the success of the implementation of ABA therapy, the field began to expand, and people began to then create their own companies and agencies carrying out ABA services. Um, with this growth, this results in an enhancement of behaviors of those individuals who underwent the services of ABA. And so my personal goal is to create a company in the future that not only provides ABA services, but it informs citizens worldwide across the country, in other countries, of what ABA is, what it has to offer, the benefits of ABA, and how it can help people's loved ones or those with developmental disabilities that may need ABA but not be aware of it. In addition to informing, I would, um, I plan to implement training and prioritize this training for the individuals that are engaging in the ABA services for whether it's their child or their loved one. I would like to prioritize the training that those specific individuals experience so that the consistency increases of the services that the individuals that are receiving the ABA services, the consistency increases because in a lot of my experience, I've learned that you can only do so much with a child or an individual with developmental disabilities through ABA services if it is not carried out in the time when you are not with them. That lack of inconsistency results in lack of progress. So, knowledge as well as training will be prioritized in my future company. In addition, I've found through my research that finding highly trained ABA therapists is sometimes difficult for people. So, I'd like to try to make my company as easily accessible as possible. And I think that informing people worldwide will hopefully help bring this awareness of my company. It'll be a slow process, but the whole point is for it to be easily accessible in the end to provide option for those who it may not be easily accessible for or affordable, to provide those of affordable options. In addition, I think that it'll be extremely effective because I've also learned through my research that a main issue with the field of ABA is that people aren't aware of it. They don't know what it means. They don't know what it has to offer. So I think that through informing these large groups of people across the country will be extremely beneficial. It is a small but growing field. So I think that it's very necessary for people across the country to be informed of what it is in depth. With that knowledge, then they can understand whether the people around them need it. This goes hand in hand with the parents that may have children with developmental disabilities. With this knowledge, they'll be more aware that ABA might be the right service that their child needs or their loved ones, whoever it may be. I personally have a family member that is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, but did not undergo any sort of service throughout his entire life. And it deeply saddens me because I think that whether he start now or whether he started at a young age, he would have seen a lot of improvement and enhancement in his life behaviors. So this has led me to the desire of creating this company to spread the word about ABA in general across the country, and just inform, and just be easily accessible, and prioritizing training those individuals in the lives of those who are um, undergoing services. I think that a disadvantage, it's pretty much a given, is that the people who are being exposed to this information are not taking it, or are not using it to their best of their ability, whether that be they ignore the information given to them, they don't resort to services for their child or loved one who may need it. That's an obvious disadvantage. And this correlates to my future as a BCBA because through all my experience with ABA, I had the goal of creating a company in the future. I actually entered the field of ABA through a nanny position unexpectedly, and I worked concurrently with a behavior technician, and she recommended that I apply for her company, and that sparked my love for ABA. I had no clue what it was personally before entering the field, so I can feel for those across the world who also might not know what it is. Um, and I've grown ever since then. I've gone from a behavior analyst to a registered behavior technician up to a student analyst position. And I'm now working towards becoming a program manager for um, my region here in Southern California, with the goal of becoming a BCBA after this master's program, and then creating my own company that fulfills all of the needs that I have mentioned throughout this video.